Good day, folks. This is Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Wanted to show you the update on our corral handling facility. It's pretty much done except for the blocking gate at the very back of the bud box, and we've got one 8-foot gate right here. I just got to get to the lumber yard, buy a steel gate for that, and it's done. I'll show you what we've done. And I want to give a plug, and I have to apologize. Maybe you'll comment on this video, but there was a guy that commented on my latches that we made on Anthony and Sean's corral over at the new farm by Moberly, and he said, "Oh, Greg didn't put those in right." he was dead on, man. I mean, thank you so much. We didn't have this bolt put in. So this whole thing could spin. So if something hit this gate, this hasp just spun sideways. So we took 1/4-inch bolts by 3 inches long, drilled a hole all the way through this 2-inch pipe gate. So every single latch now, this cannot spin. And kudos to the YouTuber. I wish I could remember your name, but you kind of got on me about my latches, and I'm glad you did, because you were 100% entirely right. So see, anything hits this now. See, before I could push on this, and because that bolt wasn't in there, this whole thing would spin, and so your latches were basically worthless. I'd never had anything hit one though, because our cattle are so gentle. But if you did have one hit it, door goes flying open. You might as well not even have the latch on there, because it's not going to hold. So anyway, just going to show you. The boys are bringing 20 steers up. I've got 26 weight steers sold, and I've got a guy delivering them up north of Kansas City, or actually it's up by Kansas City tomorrow. And the last one, we sold some more earlier in the week, and they were 638 pound average. And yeah, guys, prices are good right now. It's a good time to be raising cattle. It's kind of an expensive time to be buying them. But everybody says, "Greg, when's the price going to go down?" I don't know. If I could tell you that, I would be, yeah. You know, I'd go play the stock market if I could guess what prices were going to do, but nobody knows. I know this, the prices keep going up, and it's all bullish signs for the prices to stay up for a bit, because several things. The screwworm in Mexico has got the borders sealed on the south, so there's no cattle coming north. There's a lot of people that have sold out because of the droughts in Texas and Oklahoma over the last couple of years, even Missouri. You know, we've had some pretty mean summers up until this summer, and then we got dry at the end. But I heard a deal the other day that the U.S. cattle numbers are the lowest they've been since 1950 something. I think it was like 1952. Well, back in 1952, we didn't have the population we do today. So when you compare the numbers, it's actually like, are you kidding me? But that's what we're dealing with. So the prices are really good right now. If you'd have told me, I would have got what I was going to get for these steers. You know, and I'll tell you what I do, folks. I just go to the local Missouri Weekly feeder calf price. And I do price them on number ones. So whatever the number one steers are selling for the weight class closest to my steers. And we've got scales now set up on the other farm. We've already got a paddock set up over there with water in it. We're going to load them out of here and have them ready for in the morning. They'll be nice and hydrated, full of water, ready for a trip. They've only got 2.5 hour trip. That's nothing for a cow or a steer. So yeah, the boys are bringing 20. We've already got the lane built. They're going to walk them over here, and they're going to come right in through here. They'll close the gate behind them. We'll put all 20 of them in that holding pen over here on the other side of this lane. right over there. Then that gate gets closed, okay? So now I can take my truck, and we made a circle driveway down here. I brought in some 3-inch rock as a base. I can hear the boys. No, surely not. They can't be coming that quick. So this poly wire will come out because we don't need it anymore once we get the steers in the corral. But I've got a circle driveway down there. And Sasha cut off that bank over here on the right, took that dirt and put it over here on the left. And then we put geotextile fabric underneath that whole circle to keep the rock from settling down into the dirt. It keeps your rock up, folks. Yeah, is geotextile expensive? Yeah. So's a load of rock. Go buy a load of rock today. It's $1,000. You want to go putting a load of rock on every year? No. So put textile down. This has all got textile underneath it, this pad. So this is the concrete pad that we poured. We've got a really nice building put up. We don't have the tin on the end here and on the other end. It's all sitting right here. Sasha's got the fascia board all put on. But he'll trim up these corners. He's got the back on right here. I wanted it to be a kind of a dark gray so it blended in to the landscape around here. I don't like it sticking out, you know, so can't really see it unless you get right up here to it. Here's our wonderful Aerolock 88 series. These are, it's an Aeroquip is the name of the brand. But we had a bull the other day that had a weeping eye, and we had him already up here close. I'm like, let's bring him in here. I hadn't run anything through here yet. And we locked him in here with his head, and I used Neosporin. Folks, that Neosporin, same stuff you get on a cut or an owie. It's an antibiotic, it's a cream. And I just reached out with my finger and I put Neosporin in his eye that he's weeping. It was just the beginning of pink eye. And, you know, in 2 days, that darn thing was dried up. And the first time I put it in his eye, he kind of shook his head at me. And then I put another finger load right in his eye and rubbed him real good. Oh, he's just like, oh, great. Gosh, could you put a little bit more of that on there? I mean, you could tell it felt good, okay? It took the pain away. And that Neosporin, it dried up that pink eye in 2 days. It's done. So learned a lesson from that from old Kendall, my buddy that builds our Bale unrollers. I thought it was hogwash, but it worked on him. So this is the Aeroquip. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. This is the bud box down here. The only thing we don't have yet, and Sasha's got the metal part, it's gonna go in right here. And there'll be a swinging door that's on a track right here. And this is, it'll move back and forth in this slot right here. So when the animals come in, you just close that door behind them, they can't back up. And this door here and that gate over there, we were gonna put plywood on it so they can't see through it, because that's what makes a bud box work. They can't see through it. If they can see through it, they don't go down this lane very well. So we have a friend that owns a metal shop. They do metal roofing. That's where we got this roofing from. And we're gonna go buy some metal roofing and self-tapping screws and put the metal roofing on here, because plywood, it's going to rot out. I don't care if you buy treated plywood or whatever. If it's exposed to the weather, it'll eventually rot. And if we could put metal on here where the cattle can't see through it, metal's not going to rot. It's not going to rot. It probably won't rust because it's going to be up off the ground. And it's fairly light. It's lighter than plywood. So we're gonna play around with it, see how we get along on that. But yeah, isn't that cool? Anyway, that old bull, he just come walking right down through here, and I had the sliding gate open right here. I mean, I'm telling you, these guys at Aeroquip figured out everything. They figured out everything. It's unbelievable. So as soon as they come through, shut that. He's not getting back through there. And then to catch him, you're clear back here, see? This is my gate, my latch. I just have it open enough, folks. See that? He can get his head in there. And as soon as he gets his head in there, he tries to push his shoulders through. I just grab right here on the hand and I go, got him. I got him, okay? Now, when you go up to work on the animal, in this instance, I wasn't giving him a shot. I just came up here with my Neosporin and rubbed some in his eye. But if you were gonna give him a blackleg shot or whatever, look at this. Just pull that open. His head is in there. He can't go anywhere, okay? He can't hurt you. You've got the animal caught, okay? And this whole thing goes in and out just with this arm right here. So you pull this out. See, you can squeeze it in for calves where they can't turn around. Or you can leave it out for cows like this. Or if you have a baby calf you want to suck. See, the animal's stuck in the head catch here. You can open this up and just let him suck from here, or here, raise that up. If you were concerned about the calf getting out, I'm sorry, the cow, you can just pull this up. There he is. You can suck right there through that hole. So I'm telling you, they've really thought about everything. Look how this thing closes. Check this out. You don't even have to pick up on the latch. It just self-closes. And all these are like that. I'm going to push that up to open it. Okay. Close it. Oh, I love this part. Check this out. So this is my pole. Once you get an animal in there, before you ever open the head catch, folks, always have this underneath them. And what's cool is they've got, this is for the cow height. This one down here is for the calf height. This goes behind their butt. And so when you open that head catch, it's instinct for a calf or a cow to back up. Well, you don't want them backing up. You want them to go this way, out. So when I open this door like this, and he needs to go out, his instinct is to back up against that bar. Well, he can't because the bar's keeping it in there. And if you have a calf that keeps going back and forth like this, he goes that way, he comes back this way. You can take this, look at this. You can walk it. You can just keep walking it toward the head catch so you've got him. He can't back up. Okay? I'm telling you, they thought of everything. I've never seen such a complete shoot in my life. Okay? And see how that, it's just slick. As you pull up on it, it follows that angle. Look at that. I mean, it's just, somebody sat down, or a whole group of people sat down, scratched their heads, and before they started building something, they went through every single thing that needed to happen to make the perfect head catch. And they did it. It's even got a rubber floor on it for good footing. It's got these bars so they won't slip. The cows, can get their feet against that so they don't fall down. You can get cows out from either side. If you got a contrary cow that doesn't want to go out the front, you can open this whole thing up and they can come out the side. Just like that. See that? You got one that's acting goofy, she doesn't want to go out, just open the door. Let her out. And I don't think you have to lift up on that handle. Check this out. Yep. It's latched. I'm telling you. So we got it bolted down to the concrete. We've got big lag bolts going all the way through the concrete. This thing cannot move. Okay. We got a 5-inch pad of concrete underneath it. We've got this nice shelter built over the top. And we're gonna put a second floor over here. Just, I don't know, maybe 8 by 10 I want to leave enough room in here if I want to. I can park my tractor over here. But we're going to put hay. We're going to have a little place where we can store some square bales. If we've got a couple cows in here for a couple days or whatever, we've got some hay here. Out of the weather, it won't get wet, and it'll just be handy. Sasha and them are actually going to wire in lights in here. And I've got a little Honda generator. So if you're over here at night, you can come over here, plug your generator in to the cord, and it's going to run all these lights. I'm going to put LED lights in here. So, there's a lot of times at night you might be out here working on a cow or whatever. And it seems like when you go to work cattle, it's always they pick inclement weather or lack of daylight. So once we get this gate put in, this is a really nice holding pen right here. We don't have water back here yet, but that's my goal, is to get piped water back here so we don't have to carry water. I've just got to run it about a half a mile, just. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and it's coming together. It really is. And we're gonna build a bench right here all the way across so we can store our bottles of whatever we're using. We're doing blackleg or our banding if we're using cow crate bander. And Jan came up with a really good idea. Instead of having a fixed bench here to set stuff on, she said, well, Greg, why not put it on a hinge? So when you're done with it, it folds down and you walk through here, it's not in the way. And I'm like, dang, Jan, that's a really good idea. It really is. It's a great idea. So Jan comes up with some home runs. She really does. But it's just so nice to have good handling facility. And you get ready to load something, you're not after with a piece of poly or hoping that you get them on the trailer, or you got something solid like this. Once you get them in here, they're yours. They're not getting out, So this is the bud box. And the way this works is you open this latch right here, and this comes open all the way over to here. So our calves are in this area up here. So we open this gate with this latch, it comes over to this gate. And you go in there and you walk out, let's say 4. You don't want to put any more in that bud box than you can comfortably work within a couple minutes, because you don't want them standing in here. You don't want them standing in there very long. Just, you got 1 in the head catch and 3 behind that would be plenty. So let's say 4. So you get 4. Remember, you can't see through that. Just act like I've got a cover on that. And I've got a cover on here. Okay? So I'm going to close this behind me. The calves are in front of me. And as soon as this latches, my sliding door, just pretend there's a wooden sliding door here. Okay? It's got a handle on it. I grab it, and I open it over to here. Now that is open. My calves are in front of me here. I'm going to walk this way. Or it could be a cow or a bull or whatever. And I'm going to go this way behind them. Like this. I'm going to make a circle. And the first thing they see is that opening. Because they can't see through here. We've got a cover on that. Okay? And that gate's open down there. All they see is daylight. Pew! Gone. There's no pushing, no prodding, there's no hot shot, no kicking them in the butt, poking them with a stick, sicking dogs on them. They want to go down this alley because they think they're getting away from you because they just came in this corner. Okay? They think they're going out right where they just came in, and it's safe. They just go right down in there, and they can't see left or right, and so they're not trying to get out because they can't see to get out. They just stand in there. The minute that door opens, you get the next calf work, they're going to move forward because they see daylight up there. Okay? And then, of course, this gate, we put this in to latch over to there. Just a kind of little holding area. We thought it was kind of a blind spot here. We didn't know what to do with it. And like, you know what? You could put a baby calf in there or something, or you could store something you're doing with the cows messing with, or whatever. But I like this back here, folks. This is all nice and shaded. Got a nice shady area. And you can see the grass is already starting to come back after we got a rain. So I'm gonna hush up because I know those steers are gonna be coming here in a minute. And we gotta get those loaded and weighed. And then we gotta go move cows tonight. So folks, you all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.